Good morning, guys. It's early as heck, as always. But the difference is, I'm not up early today because of I have to be in LA for music or acting or work at all today, which is really strange because I'm usually only up early for days like that. But today's gonna be a real interesting one. We're gonna take a trip up north, me and my kid, and she doesn't know yet, but Smalls is gonna go see her dad for the first time in 2 years. So this should definitely be interesting. Stay tuned and yeah, watch it unfold.
It was all a dream, unseen, making mean.
Then I came along and changed everything.
From ciphers to diapers,
Green jiggly
but the
thing.
grind don't stop.
We just got a bigger team.
All the way to the top.
Mom, what does that mean?
The time is now or never. We the
are
dream team.
How are we gonna get paid for this?
So I know a lot of you may be wondering why Smalls haven't seen her dad in over 2 years, and that's because he's incarcerated. And he has been out of state for the last 2 years in Crawford County, Missouri. Just here recently, he was moved to California, and we did the process of getting cleared, filling out paperwork. It's been a headache, by the way. Filled it out several times, mailed it in. They claim they never got it, but third time's a charm. Filled it out. They finally got it. Took a couple of more months, and then we were finally approved. So, with that being said, that's where we're headed to today. So this should definitely be interesting. And by the way, Smalls may or may not know where we're going. I know I haven't necessarily mentioned it. And she's not quite aware of where he's been all this time or why we haven't been able to see him. As far as she knows, he's working. Because originally when he left out of state, that's what he was doing. He was working. He was at work. So she's kind of just been stuck with that mindset. They're like, oh, he's at work. And on top of that, I don't know if that makes me like a bad parent to like let her continue to believe that. But she's 4, you know? She was a lot younger when this first happened. And as a toddler, sometimes you put stereotypes or connotations to certain facilities or certain things. And when you think of JAIL, for her, at least, she thinks of bad guys. Like, you know, in all the comics and all the cartoons, only people who goes there are bad guys or people, just horrible people. But the truth of the matter is, like, everybody who goes there isn't necessarily a horrible person. But she's not at that age yet to completely understand that. So for me to protect her idea or the image that she has of who her father is, I decided to let her roll with that idea of that he's at work, and I never officially corrected it. So like I said, that can be shameful on my behalf. Maybe something she grows up to resent me for. But as a young mom, I felt like that was the best way to handle it. And to be honest, I wasn't even sure that I wanted today to take place, because now, like, she's a very smart kid, and I'm pretty sure when we get there, there's going to be tons of questions as far as why the facility looks the way it looks, and why when it's time to leave, it will just be 2 of us still. And he won't be able to come with us, so.
What happened when your dad was going to Africa?
Yeah, today's going to be a good one.
In Africa?
Another reason I don't really like
Okay.
doing this is because, like,
And then
this
what?
may sound like,
And then what are you gonna
I don't know how to explain it, like stereotypical black woman situation, but I went through the same thing as a child. Like, as far as I can recall, my father was locked up for the first 8 years of my life. And I just have these memories of driving super far to go see him for like 15 minutes out. And it probably was longer than that, but I just remember like being on the road for hours and hours. And just like him missing out on so much, and just wasn't good for me. And this is definitely not something I plan for my kid. But this whole road has just been like so crazy. Because of course, like when you envision starting a family and bringing kids into this world, like nobody envisions having to do it alone. And then oftentimes, as the mother, you want to protect your child. So you may, I don't want to say create these lies, but create these lies and build this world or this bubble around them so that they're not presented with the harsh truth. And sometimes that can backlash on you. And that's just something I didn't want. I didn't want to be the bad guy in Corey's eyes. I didn't want to come out as mom was the reason I didn't know, or mom kept me from this. At the end of the day, like, her pain is my pain. So to see her hurt makes me hurt. But yeah, today's gonna be real interesting. Like I said, I debated on not going today, but I prayed about it. I gave it to God, and I realized it's not about me at this time and point. It's about her. It's not about him. It's about her. And I'm a first class example that every little girl needs their daddy, so that's what we're gonna do today.
Alright guys, so hold on. Push. Okay. Alright guys, so we just made it back home. That actually went much better than I actually expected.
And we went to Dad's work.
You went to go see Dad at work. And how did that feel, Corey, after not being able to see him for so long?
Happy.
You felt happy. You missed him, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
I liked his haircut.
You liked his haircut?
Yeah.
Well, that made one of us, but that's a different story. So that went really well.
I got 2 cups.
And yeah, so after we stopped and ate. Long
I
drive.
got 2 cups.
Was it a long way? Yeah. She did much better on the way back. She cried all the way up there because I have no idea why, but she cried all the way up there.
Because Toy had to spank me.
Oh, because she got a spanking, I guess.
What did I do?
You didn't get a spanking, so I don't know what you're talking about. You cried before that. But we're back, and we're going to go in here. Tomorrow's school day, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to go in here and get ready for school. So good night. I want to say make sure that you give this video a
thumbs up
and subscribe.
on this button.
We're going to put a button. Make sure you subscribe. Comment, share, like.
You will see our next video on this.com.
Yeah, boy.